Hi, I'm Andrew Corbett, and I want to invite you to some of our Easter events. Every year we do something usually pretty big around Easter, and this year's no exception. This year we kick off with a breakfast, an influencers breakfast on Thursday, March 29th at 7 a.m. at the Tailway Centre. They just do such a great job. We love outsourcing to them because we got to the point where we just couldn't cater anywhere near as well as those guys could. They're going to give us a great breakfast. Thursday, 7 a.m, March 29. If you haven't got your ticket, we've got some left. So go onto the website at legana.org/refresh and book your seat to that great event where you're going to hear our guest speaker. And I'm going to be introducing you to him. His name is Chris Foley. Now, Chris is a really interesting guy. I mean, the fact that he was one of the world's leading martial artists, that'd be worth listening to. But that's not the most interesting thing about Chris. The fact that he became a singer, a touring singer who had 3 albums under his belt, that's pretty impressive as well. That'd be something worth having a sit down and having a talk with him. But that's not the most interesting thing. The fact that Chris went into business, became an accountant, set up a financial planning business that was incredibly successful, that'd be interesting to talk to him about that. That would be interesting. But that's not the most interesting thing about him. The fact that Chris entered into Parliament as an independent for Maryborough in Queensland for 3 terms, having the second highest majority to Joh Bjelke-Petersen. If you know anything about that, Chris's was pretty close to it. And the fact that he was a politician for 3 terms, that's interesting. That would be worth just the price of admission just to hear him talk about the insights that he learned from being a 3-term politician. But that's not why we're getting him. Because in 1994, with all of these things under his belt, and he'd recently become a private pilot and flying his own plane, life was looking pretty good. And Chris says, who was raised in a Christian home, he says at that point in his life, God had taken the back seat. But then something happened in 1994. And for Chris, God took the steering wheel. The result was dramatic when that happened. Because Chris faced one of the, as many people have described it, and it's hard to disagree with them, the worst possible imaginable tragedy in 1994. And it changed his world, it changed his family, it changed him, and it led to him having a radical change of direction in his life. That's what's interesting about him, how he handled one of the most unimaginably tragic episodes anyone would ever not wish to face, how he did that. And that's what I want to introduce you to, how Chris came through this and just the dramatic benefits that came out of that tragedy. It's worth listening to. If you're able to join us at the breakfast 7 a.m. on Thursday, March 29 at the Tailway Centre, go to legana.org/refresh, book your ticket now. We're running out fast, which is a great thing to do. And then we'll be having a Friday night, Good Friday night meeting here in our new venue. And our new venue is I want to show it off to you. It holds hundreds and hundreds of people, and we reckon we can fill it, or we hope we can fill it, Good Friday night. And I don't want to take anyone out of their church service that are happening, but I know a lot of churches don't do Good Friday night and don't do Resurrection Sunday night. So if you're able to come to the culmination of our weekend on Resurrection Sunday night, that'll be April 1st, and you'll hear as Chris unfolds his story over the weekend just how incredible this story is, and how you will say there must be a God. Once you hear Chris's story, you'll be saying there has to be a God. This is just too unbelievable for someone to just make up. And I'm going to agree with you if you say that. Well, go to legana.org/refresh. You'll see the schedule of events that we have with our special guest speaker, Mr. Chris Foley, and I look forward to seeing you there.